Hello everyone. Following a court case filed by Miguna in 2018, against Dr. Fred Matiang'i, the Court of Appeal, based in Nairobi, has once again overturned a High Court ruling delivered in 2018, that resolved to impose a fine penalty of 200,000 Kenyan shillings against Fred Matiang'i. The Principal Secretary who was in charge of immigration, Mr. Gordon Kahalangwa, and the ex-Inspector General of Police, Joseph Boynet, were among the persons penalized together with Fred Matiang'i, for personally defying the contempt of court orders. According to the ruling delivered by the Court of Appeal, on September 19, 2025, the Justices Wanjiru Karanja, Lydia Archode, and Joel Nugi stated out very clearly that the contempt of court orders by courts defending their authority is a quasi-criminal in nature whereby public officials cannot be penalized without passing through a judgmental due process. According to the details of the case filed in 2018, the case stemmed from vigorous events at JKIA in March 2018, when Miguna attempted to forcefully return to the country after being deported to Canada. Despite subsisting court orders to facilitate his return entry at JKIA, Miguna's travel documents including his passport were badly destroyed by armed police officers, who held him at Terminal 2, at JKIA. The High Court Judge Justice George Odunga, who acted upon an urgent application, declared the three senior officials with Fred Matiang'i in violation of Article 10 of the Constitution, for flouting numerous court orders. On appealing the case, the lawyers for the three officials argued that Justice George Odunga had proceeded on an oral application from the bar, which invoked an inherent jurisdiction, instead of following the then extant Contempt of Court Act. Justice Odunga had illegally issued a substantive penal court orders, during a mention without serving them with a formal charge, or even allowing mitigation. While re-evaluating the record, the appellate judges replied by affirming inherent supervisory powers of the High Court, to restrict the audience to non-compliant parties and by staying matters over temporarily, so as to enforce its directions. However, the imposition of fines, and the declaration of a constitutional breach amounted to penal sanctions that could not stand. Without a properly instituted contempt application supported by an affidavit, the ruling did not encourage contempt of court orders, but was rather confined to the procedural flaws in how the contempt finding was reached. In the circumstances, the Court of Appeal appeared to collapse the case, by setting aside the contempt conviction with Article 10 declaration and fines against Matiang'i, but did not make orders on the costs for it. Thank you and keep on subscribing.